Okay, here I am with my bamboo bicycle frame, which I built quite a while ago actually. It was last year. I built at the Bamboo Bicycle Club in London at a weekend workshop, and I've now finally got round to deciding I'm going to actually finish the frame and turn it into a bicycle. I've changed my mind a couple of times, more than a couple of times, half a dozen times, about what kind of bike I actually want to build, which is one of the reasons why it's took me so long to get to the point where I'm going to start finishing the frame. But yeah, that's where I am now, and I'm going to kind of document that, and hopefully it'll be of use to other people who are thinking about building a bamboo bike. Hopefully you'll be able to learn from my mistakes. Hopefully. So yeah. So here's the frame. So it's a road bike frame. It's a copy of this steel frame that I had made for me by Jason Rourke in Stoke. So I'm a little bit restricted in terms of deciding what kind of bicycle it's going to end up being, with it being a road bike frame. The geometry is, a little bit restrictive. It's quite an aggressive road bike geometry, and so that kind of restricts what I'm going to do with it. And the dropouts are for a derailleur at the rear. So there's a few restrictions with it, but I think I've got it in my mind what kind of bike I'm going to turn it into. And the next thing I'm going to do is to tidy it up and finish it. So got to clean up these lugs, sand them down, use some filler to get some nice clean lines. Same with all the other lugs. Prepare it for painting, and then finish painting it. I've changed my mind a couple of dozen times about the colour scheme, what paint I'm going to have, but I think I've decided now. I'm quite pleased with the frame. I think I could have done a much better job of securing the lugs, but I'm really pleased with the tubes actually, with the bamboo, particularly the down tube, which I think is just a lovely piece of bamboo. I love the thickness of it. It's like a nice big kind of oversized carbon tube, and the joins are in a really good place to get that kind of traditional road bike aesthetic. Same with the seat tube, and the chainstays here are quite oval shaped. You probably can't see that clearly from these angles, but yeah, they've got a little bit of a oval aero type profile to them, which is quite nice. So yeah, that's the frame. Next step is sorting those lugs out, tidying it up.
I bought a dead man's suit. I didn't get no change. I couldn't take it back for refund or exchange. I thought that it was black. I found out it was blue. Now I'm seeing things that only dead men do. Now the arms are frayed and the pockets burst. Since I got this suit, I got a dead man's curse. Well, something's changed, and I can't go back with this dead man's suit still on my back. It on. I thought that it was silk, felt so smooth, like it was lined with milk. didn't get no change. I couldn't take it back for refund or exchange.
Okay, so quick update on where I am with the frame. So been doing lots of sanding and filling, and I'm just about there, really, I guess. I mean, I could keep going forever, I'm sure. It just depends how much of a perfectionist I want to be, I think. I mean, it's done now, but there's, you know, the more, every time you look at it, you see another little imperfection, which is, and they're all correctable. So I could keep going for months, but I'm going to try and resist the temptation and actually call it a day. I just wanted to share a couple of observations and a couple of mistakes I made, just in case you're. My primary reason for doing this video was if somebody else was making a bike out of bamboo, they could learn from my mistakes. So I'm going to share a couple of my mistakes. Now, if anybody's got any experience of using body filler, they will have seen from my pictures and from the video earlier that my technique was atrocious. Because what I did was I was just slapping the filler on all over the place, really thickly, and just, you know, slapping it on. What that meant was there was lots of air pockets underneath the folds of filler, which only revealed themselves after sanding. So I then had to reapply some filler and sand again. It would have been far more efficient and a lot quicker as well to have just slowly layered the filler on. Would have definitely saved a lot of time, so that's something I would definitely do differently next time. And then the other thing to think about is weight. I've put quite a lot of weight on the frame with all the filler. Oh, this is Piglet, the cat, by the way. Yeah, I've put quite a lot of weight on the frame with all the filler, and if weight's a priority for you, obviously I'm taking quite a lot of weight off with all the sanding, but if weight's a priority for you, I would definitely think about whether or not you really want to use the filler. It's purely for you know, aesthetics. There's no functional benefit to all the filler. I don't think there's any additional strength from using it. It's just purely about getting some clean lines and making it look pretty, which is the priority for me with this particular bike. But if weight's a priority, I wouldn't bother with the filler. I would just go with a raw finish. Because that's just going to be the lightest option. But you know, horses for courses. So it's just about done. So I'm going to finish this video here, part one. The next phase is going to be after I've finished some hand sanding, just to get it a little bit more perfect. Once I've finished that, I've got to finish the seat post. Then it's ready for preparing for painting. So some more sanding, some primer, and then painting. And then after that, it's just a question of. So I've got a couple of cable guides. So I've had some cable guides 3D printed, which I'm going to attach. I've got to drill a hole for the rear brake. There's a bamboo section in here, which I'm going to drill through for the back brake support, and then it's on to painting, which will be part two. So hopefully this has been reasonably interesting, and feel free to ask any questions or make any comments below, and look out for part two, where we actually finish the frame. Okay, cheers, bye.